Hello there everybody and welcome to MapTheDragon Railways, and today in this video I'm going to be reviewing a wagon by Bachmann, and today it is the Match Truck and it's got a nice little load on it as well. So without further ado, let's have a good look at this model. But to begin with, this model cost a whopping £23, and considering it looks to be a one plank wagon with a load on it, mostly plastic, it sounds a bit pricey at the moment, so we better see, is it worth that money? Right, let's take a look at the Match Truck. So quickly before I open it, if you are after one of these yourself, you are looking for 37-480 one plank wagon, GWR grey with GWR white AF container, and yeah, it costs £23. Nothing else important on the box, no information about the real wagon. It's not many places that do that, so let's just get down to business and take it out the box. No paperwork or anything. What'd be quite interesting is to see if this container here is stuck down or removable, preferably removable but nice and secure. So let's just take it out, and there we go. And yeah, it looks rather nice, doesn't it? And yeah, the container is removable. Oh look, you've got this nice bit of protective whatever it is, to protect scratching, which I quite like, but the packaging does hold this in centre from the looks of things, and yeah, that looks quite nice underneath. Let's see how secure it is then. I think it will hold on into its main position if you're not harsh, and if you're just nice and steady and run your trains quite smoothly, as most people do, then it should be fine. Yeah, it's nice to have a separate piece, and yeah, we can have a closer look at that in a second. The weight, with and without this practically weighs nothing, so it would be nice if that had some metal in it or something to give it some more weight, but yeah, it's okay, it's nothing too heavy. It does have metal wheels, although they do look plastic, don't they, because they've been painted black. NEM couplings, yeah, coupling hooks at the end and all that. So yeah, let's have a closer look at this properly. So here we have it, the Great Western Match Truck, and you know what, it looks rather nice overall. To start off with, I'm going to show you the container. The detail on it is okay. Nice shirt button GWR logo. Everything on here seems to be legible and printed rather nicely. Door to door without handling, AF-2102 insulated. You got on the side the same thing here with the shirt button. Rivet detail and hinges and all that, very nice. What I presume to be like a chalkboard there. I may be wrong though, but I presume that's for a chalkboard. And there is writing above it, but from this distance I cannot read it. And on this end you've got a door, and that's really nicely moulded. Nothing symmetrical on this, you know, you can tell it's one side's got a door, one side doesn't. And do you know what, that door's nicely moulded and plenty of detail on there. Looking at the roof, not too much detail, but I think that's prototypical. You've got a few lines here, I presume that's for drainage and that. And you can see these hoops on each four corners. Now, this in real life wouldn't be stuck to the Match Truck constantly. It would be lifted on and off using cranes, so that's what those hoops are for. Ignore the fact that the Match Truck's just rolled away. But yeah, this is quite a nice piece, though like I said earlier, it could do with some weight inside really, to add some weight to the wagon. I feel like Bachmann have missed that opportunity. Now looking at the wagon body itself, well, the livery application is flawless. The GW, the Match Truck, the 32128, the little plaque and the 10 tons and all that, that is really nicely and flawlessly applied, and yeah, it's on both sides, and it looks really, really nice, I must say. I can't see any paint bleed. The effect of one plank is really nice. The moulded detail in general is rather nice. On here where the planking is and where the container actually sits, you've got a nice wooden planking effect. You've got rings each side of the wagon. You've got about 8 there, and yeah, it does look rather nice. Looking at the ends, you've got some nice moulded details, some rivets around the coupling effect. This one here, which is prototypical. And you've got these really fine buffers. They are not sprung, but we don't really need it on a wagon this small. But yeah, these buffers are very, very nice and fine. But they don't seem too delicate that they'll fall off at any force, unless you're really going for it. There's some NEM couplings as well. These feel rather nice. Not too much flex to them, but you know, a little bit for going around corners. And yeah, it looks rather nice. Looking at underframe detail, you've got the representation of the brake lever and all the mechanism for that. You've got a bar going across in the centre here. But there isn't too much underneath apart from the Bachmann logo, which of course isn't prototypical. Like I said, you've got metal wheels, though these actually do look plastic thanks to being painted. But yeah, that's quite nice that they have painted the wheels black. So yeah, overall this detail is rather nice. Do I think the detail is worth £23? Well, looking at the market, you know, at today's world with today's prices, it's getting there, sadly. I wouldn't normally say this. I feel like this on its own, you could probably sell, you know, for about £15. And do you know what? This would probably cost about £3 on its own anyway. Probably more than that if it come from other manufacturers. So really, in the world of it and being really serious, this is actually adding up to become a quality model. And I feel like that's such a shame, being £23 just for a one plank. But this is the world we're getting into now, so we should embrace it in a way. So without further ado, we better take this down on the model railway and put it behind a train, as well as testing its free rolling abilities, and then I shall give you my overall opinion on this wagon. So here we have it, the wagon. It is not in view at the moment. I'm just going to push it through and do a free rolling test. Oh, okay, bye then. Yes. This wagon is extremely free rolling. I'm really impressed with this actually. I'm going to run a loco to biff into it and move it forwards. Just be quite gentle. Let go S15. You see it's just so free rolling, it doesn't want to leave. But you can see after a harsh shunt, the container does move. That's also gone just less than half of the layout. So yeah, it's very free rolling. That's actually surprised me. So yeah, and it seems really smooth actually. It seems like a really nice smooth runner. It's off again. Yeah, it doesn't want to stay in one place, does it? There's that free rolling. I'm actually quite amazed at this. I don't think I've actually seen a wagon as free rolling as this for a very long time at least. Or I haven't seen one this free rolling in my reviews so far. So yeah, that's really good. So without further ado, I better couple it up to a train and have a little running session so you can see what it looks like going around a model railway layout. So here we have it, the match truck, and I've just put it with a few other low wagons and a towed brake van, and I thought I'd run the Bachmann Railway Children pannier tank, seeing as that hasn't ran on the channel for, well, quite a long time actually. So yeah, without further ado, I'll just pop the power on. I'm going to go with 30 on the controller, that's a nice slow pace, and enjoy the running session. One thing I will say is the container that sits on the top does tend to slide about quite a bit. Well, not a lot, only slightly, but it's still a bit annoying, and I keep having to tap it back in place. And this is, you know, a slow, steady pace. So yeah, maybe some blue tack could solve that, but if you want it down on there all the time, I guess you could always glue it down. But I like the idea of just having it as a match truck without the body on a lot of the time, so, you know, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that's one thing to point out, it does slide about a little bit. So here we have it. I hope you enjoyed that running session. It's now time for my opinion. Well, I am actually really happy with this wagon. I don't think I've met a wagon that is as free rolling as this so far, and it's so good. In fact, when I done a free rolling test earlier, I went to get it back and pushed it along the rails, and then it started going back once it had stopped. So it was quite funny chasing after it. But yeah, it's very free rolling. Doesn't seem to derail or catch on the points or anything, so it seems to be really good at running and that. So yeah, it's starting to really add up to its price, isn't it? You've got the detail on it, which is, you know, superb for what it is, and what there is quite a nice amount for, you know, the amount of wagon you have, really. And yeah, it's overall just a really pleasant wagon. Now, do I think this is worth £23? Yes and no. In today's world, for a brand new wagon, this is probably about right. But we've seen from other manufacturers, Oxford Rail, that can make a bogie wagon for £15 and make them much cheaper than other manufacturers like Hornby and Bachmann. So yeah, it's hard to you know, add it up. I do think this will last, and I think this was built to last many years. I feel like these are going to be fairly bulletproof and very reliable on a layout. So I can see why people would pay, and quite happily pay, £23 for one of these. But if you're someone who doesn't have lots and lots of money to spend on model railways, and you want to build up a rake, £23 is quite a lot, isn't it? And it verges people looking more on the second-hand side of things. So, you know, that's a bit of a shame in a way. But at the end of the day, it's rather nice. So like I say, Oxford Rail seem to do really nice wagons for a lot less money. You might see some in the background, and they cost me, well, some of them cost me nothing because I won them, but I remember one costing me about £7. So, you know, take that as you will. So yeah, I would say this is a rather nice wagon, and I would recommend it. But if you're someone on a budget wanting to build up a train of these, I probably wouldn't recommend these to you, sadly, because of their price tag. Though overall, like I say, I think they are priced just about right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like. Comment down below, do you think I was too fair, too unfair? What do you think on the pricing? And or you just want to say hello to me. Share this video with your friends on Facebook and everything like that. That helps get the video and the channel out there really well, and I would really appreciate it. And finally, please do consider subscribing. It really helps the channel grow, and if you press the bell icon, you won't miss out on any videos. I do videos on reviews, running sessions and things like that in general if you're new to the channel. So yeah, please do click subscribe. Anyway, thanks for watching and I shall see you next time. Cheerio for now.